Hello and welcome to the Rawabit Center. The United States and Iran are currently having a lot of tensions between each other, and this is really affecting Iraq in a really bad way because both countries are using Iraq as a spot for them to deal with each other, and this is really concerning. Now, the Rawabit Center documented that the Iraqi government recently received an information saying that there will be an attack against the US interests in Baghdad. And for that reason, the Iraqi government took up precautionary procedures and deployed the Iraqi special forces at the Green Zone and at the surroundings of the Green Zone to make sure that the attack doesn't happen. And it actually didn't really happen in Baghdad. It actually happened in Basra. 2 rockets were launched towards Basra's airport, where there are actually US forces in there, in a huge escalation of the conflict between the United States and Iran, because the United States already warned Iran and its militias in Iraq that it supports all the time from any kind of an attempt against the United States, because that will be considered as a war declaration against the United States, which will make us, enter a very dangerous phase as Iraqis at least. Now, the Rawabit Center in its recent article also mentioned that Iran now is worried that one of its militias that it supports in Iraq might actually have an attempt to attack the US troops in Baghdad, which will actually cause a chaos. It will cause a global war for no intentions actually to be hitting the US troops. And this could happen now, could happen tomorrow, could happen anytime really. The danger of that is actually really high. Now, part of the problem is the Iraqi politicians that we are having. Now, some of the Iraqi politicians are more biased towards the US interests in Iraq, and some of them are actually more biased and loyal to Iran. And, the Rawabit Center believes that these politicians need actually to think about Iraq first. The priority is more to Iraq, not to the other countries. And that is exactly what the Iraqi people today believe, because without that we can't move forward. But the thing is, in reality, those politicians didn't became so loyal to the United States or Iran just like that out of nowhere. Of course they are getting the funds. Of course they wouldn't be politicians in the first place without the support of the United States and Iran. Now, the war of words keeps going on right now between the United States and Iran, and General Qasem Soleimani is back again to the scene. And he gave such a comment that I don't really know if he's supposed to be saying and using to be actually targeting the United States, or it's just really crazy. Let me just read it for you. He said that if the US forces target the Popular Mobilization Forces and Iraqi Islamic Resistance Forces, we will open the gates of hell to them. Now, the Popular Mobilization Forces is an Iraqi forces actually, and the Iraqi parliament voted for the Popular Mobilization Forces to be part of the military institution in Iraq. So the Iraqi government is the one that is supposed to be defending the Popular Mobilization Forces, not General Qasem Soleimani or any other general from any other government. So that is just something that needs to be happen. Now, John Bolton, of course, responded to Qasem Soleimani comments, and he said that there will be hell to pay if Tehran try to harm the US and its allies. And of course, President Trump as well had the shot on Tehran and Iran as well, and the leaders of Iran. And he said during the UN General Assembly that we cannot allow the world's leading sponsor of terrorism to possess the planet's most dangerous weapons. And a lot of things really he said about Iran. Now, this is probably he's going to war, probably not. But the thing is that as a Rawabit Center and as on behalf of all the Iraqi people, we just want to deliver this message to the United States and to Iran that we have nothing to do with this. We don't want to be involved in the conflict between you guys, right? This is something between the United States and Iran, and we don't want to be a space for this fight or a spot for this fight, right? And we hope things will be sorted out in the better way. But if it really wanted to go to a war or some bad conflict, then we don't want to be a part of it, because this is not the willings of the Iraqi people or the Iraqi government. What we want is a support in terms of economy, in terms of politics. We want all kind of supports really, because we just finished a very tough war against us terrorists, and this is something we don't want really to repeat again. Thank you for watching.